What up? What up? What up? It's Rec League Podcast, man. It's episode 109. It's your boy, Randy Little. We out here trying to get things back on track, man. 2 episodes in a row. We good. The panel is a little wonky on this app. It's me, it's Sig, a little bit of Rocket. Man, I'm trying to get a full squad in this motherfucker, and sometimes life gets in the way. It is what it is. We all adults. On this episode, I wanted to backtrack and talk about the stuff that I really loved that when we came out when we was not getting it in. You know what I mean? So we talk about Creed on this episode. Next episode, we are gonna talk Scream and John Wick, and just jumping right in, over the past 2 weeks since we last recorded, we've gotten Air, the Ben Affleck directed movie about Nike signing Michael Jordan to a shoe contract. We got the Super Mario Brothers movie. Those reviews are on my page, on my personal page. Paint with Owen Wilson came out, not to my theater. Drop a comment if you've seen it. Let me know. This past weekend, some shit came out, honestly. Renfield came out. I watched and reviewed that. But then, like, The Pope's Exorcist came out. Mafia Mama came out. Sweetwater came out. That I want to see that. That just was never coming to my theater. Upcoming, between now and the next episode, you got The Covenant from Guy Ritchie. Evil Dead Rise. Ghosted on Apple TV Plus. And then Big George Foreman and Peter Pan and Wendy on Disney Plus. On physical, we got some shit, I can tell you that. Over the past 2 weeks, we got some Star Trek 4Ks, Confess Fletch, Star Trek The New Generation 4Ks. Shout Factory put out Envy with Ben Stiller and Jack Black. This past Tuesday, Infinity Pool came out. Looks like Flashdance got a steelbook. Living with, is that Bill Nye? This upcoming Tuesday, Magic Mike's Last Dance is coming out. All-Star Superman's getting 4K. Marlowe with Liam Neeson is coming out. And so is Cocaine Bear. Looks like Bulletproof Monk is getting an upgrade. Up in Smoke, Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke is getting a re-release. But what I'm tripping on is, why didn't they put out Still Smoking when they originally put out Up in Smoke? I'm not gonna hold you. There it is, never mind. I thought Blu-ray.com didn't have Cocaine Bear on their calendar, but they do. The Tuesday before the next episode, the glorious Cheers Blu-ray box set is coming out. And then, I'm not too familiar with what the content is, but there's a Justice League RWBY mashup. I'll buy it because it's a DC movie, but I don't know what it is. Oh, and it looks like Jesus Revolution is coming out. I don't really do religious movies like that, but I wanted to see that in the theater. Just never had time. So, yeah, like, I want to watch that movie. So when I come back, squad, partial squad, we gonna be talking recent trailers is what we start with, and then Creed III. It's Rec League. Alright, back at it. And see, like, if you loyal to the pod, you know we ain't do nothing in March. I gave my reasons last episode. So first, what I want to do is react to like the 90 some trailers that came out over the past 2 weeks. And then I want to talk about Creed III, Rocky, the franchise. You know what I'm saying? Like, just cause like, what are we gonna do? Talk 2 hours about vampire movies, about Dracula? I mean, we could, but I want to talk about Creed III because if we get other guests popping in middle of the episode, they expecting to talk about. Well, one of them is expecting to be talking about Creed III. I ain't tell Rocket what we was talking about. Surprise, motherfucker. So yeah. Did you see the trailer for the Marvels?
I did.
What you think about it?
Well, I don't like it because it's Marvel.
And it's predominantly females.
Nah, it looked good to me.
It looks super fun.
Yeah, I'm glad they went
a
that
nitpick.
route.
I was telling my mans at work that I'm kind of annoyed that they showed Nick Fury in what seemingly could possibly be after Secret Invasion.
Yeah, that's true. I asked about that. What's the timeline for that?
But also, why wouldn't it just start right after, immediately after Miss Marvel?
Mm-hmm.
So it might be before Secret Invasion.
Right. Yeah, I'm thinking that'll make the most sense if you think about it. But yeah, it's no, it looked fun, man. It's it reminds you every time, I guess, another Marvel movie just how stupid Twitter could be. I'm like, God, what the hell didn't y'all like about this?
It's like
y'all find something.
If like you see the most microscopic gnat fly through a shot in a female led comic book movie, oh my god, it's so horrible. Grandma, give me some Pop-Tarts. But I saw this like stupid headline. The Marvels trailer, the most disliked trailer on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Right, because all these dudes who like don't like that Brie Larson like has something to fight for. It's like, bro, like this shit looks funny. It's like, Tanya Paris was dope as fuck in WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
Iman Vannelli, I hope I said her name right, was dope as fuck and carried Miss Marvel. Brie Larson, I would say, I'll take this. I will die on this hill. I will take this to the grave, whatever. She had horrible direction in the first Captain Marvel. The first Captain Marvel was poorly directed.
Yeah.
Brie Larson did as directed. She was great in the trailer. And, yeah, it looks fun. We got a little glimpse of the villain who, if I'm not mistaken, was wearing a bangle. Maybe the other bangle from Miss Marvel. And she had Ronin's hammer.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Right? If you enjoyed the Candyman reboot sequel, whatever we calling Candyman 2021, it's directed by the same person. So it's in good hands. And it's like Nia DaCosta is about to show her range, how she can do creepy horror and fun comic book action. Like, as soon as I heard everybody involved in the Marvels, like, I was ready. Like, just the announcement made it better than the first Captain Marvel.
That's a good point. The first one is not terrible, but comparison-wise, good direction can uplift a mediocre script, but
facts.
Yeah, but mediocre direction can ruin a just okay script, if that makes sense. Like, was it Captain Marvel, the fight scene on top of the train?
Yeah,
and it's a criticism with a lot of Marvel movie cinematography that, as much as I love Civil War, Captain America Civil War, the fight at the airport is very bland. Shot, how it's filmed. It's a lot of grays. It's real muted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and people were criticizing that, but then Captain Marvel is just a case of just amateurish filmmaking. Like I use that train sequence. I say, look at that. Then look at the bullet train sequence in the Wolverine.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And we know who directed that. I think Mangold is like hitting.
Bro, James Mangold is like kind of like a underappreciated legend at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like he's not
his worst movie is like Kate and Leopold, and that's not even bad.
Yeah, that's just people don't like period movies, but yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, it looks fun, the Marvels.
All right. You ready?
That's all you can.
You ready to be two over 35-year-old grown ass men talking about Barbie?
I was about to say those memes, but which memes are you? There's so many memes out there.
That's what I was. By day 2, I was annoyed by all those posters.
Yeah. So you got the poster memes. Then you got the other memes where it'll be like a picture of like Jack Torrance from The Shining and be like, one for Barbie, please. And you got those memes.
I saw one. I saw one with the Judgment Day from WWE. 4 for Barbie, please.
Yeah. Right. Yes. Did I send you? Yeah, I did send you this. It's once again Twitter. They took a doctored picture of Ryan Gosling and made him look older, and one person made a tweet about it. She thought it was legitimate, and she's like, how he looks so? Why does he have this role? And yeah, it just exposes how just
y'all normies got to stop disrespecting Mr. Eva Mendes.
But no, it's once again the fun aspect of the trailer and how the movie looks. I'm like, come on, y'all know it's what it can only be at this point. Is it?
But like it's so like this Barbie movie,
tongue in cheek, and
it's such a conundrum. It's like it's directed by Greta Gerwig. She did Lady Bird. Insanely overrated. I ain't even see The Little Women. I forgot that she directed that shit until like 2-3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Co-written by Noah Baumbach, who does a lot of pretentious like A24 film snobby ass shit. I've seen like 2 or 3 of his movies. Like Marriage Story is really good. I wasn't really into the Meyerowitz stories, even with the cast. And then he just dropped that joint with Adam Driver and Don Cheadle. I ain't see that one either. I don't know if that was good or not.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But then
I didn't see that either.
The pop hype beast crossover potential for this movie is so crazy. Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, Simu Liu, Issa Rae. The cast is crazy. Michael Cera. And like I bet I was telling again my man's at work. I'm gonna be that dude like one for Oppenheimer, please, and one for Barbie.
Yeah,
because like I'm going to see that shit. Like it looks good.
They did a little story on that. I guess people were betting on Oppenheimer moving his date, and it's not.
No.
And it shouldn't. I mean, you got 2 movies on 2 very...
It is wild, though, that Warner Brothers scheduled that big-ass tentpole against Nolan, who bailed on Warner Brothers for Universal.
Yeah. Yeah, so... Yeah, I don't think that's a coincidence.
I mean, Barbie's going to win the weekend, but they're just two different demographics.
Yeah, and I don't know, what is the budget of Oppenheimer? I didn't even check that.
No idea.
That's... Because I imagine... his name is gonna carry a lot of weight. Nolan.
Yeah, and then and that cast too. Like Downey's in it. Obviously, Cillian Murphy's in it. Matt Damon's in it. Emily Blunt's in it. Yeah, Oppenheimer long as fuck. Like you could probably watch Barbie twice in one Oppenheimer runtime.
Yeah, and that's another thing I noticed. It's probably an hour and a half because it's gonna be 10 minutes worth of credits. So they got it an hour and 40 listed.
For sure.
So yeah, it's gonna go. Yeah, you're right. So Oppenheimer's budget is $100 million because Christopher Nolan is really setting off nuclear explosions.
For Nolan, that's not that big.
No, it's not. He's doing everything practical, so that's probably why that's that high.
Dunkirk kind of let me down, and you know, like I'm still like Tenet is still a mental Rubik's cube that I can't figure out. So like Oppenheimer might be.
Dunkirk let you down?
It did. Like for whatever reason,
really?
I don't vibe with Dunkirk. I don't dislike it. I just don't like it.
That's interesting. I think that's one of his
Dunkirk is Nolan's A24 Criterion movie.
Which is not a bad thing.
No.
But I was just talking to someone about this the other day. It's definitely an underrated war movie.
Yeah.
And how it's structured. And
I don't disagree.
Yeah, so Barbie, which is hilarious.
And nobody cared about Tom Hardy until he put on The Mask Part 7.
Right. And Michael Caine's sneaky cameo, his voice cameo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Barbie's budget is $100 million.
No shit. A lot of that gotta be cast paychecks, though.
Cast.
Has Michael Caine been in every Nolan movie since Batman Begins?
The Prestige came after Batman Begins.
Yeah, it was in between.
2006.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Found a way to fit him in. Yeah. But what's that? What's the date? July 21st?
Yeah. Maybe the 23rd. I think the 21st.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, you got me thinking. So obviously, he was in Interstellar. Obviously, he was in all three Batmans. He was in Inception. Voice cameo in Dunkirk. And
he's in Tenet.
He was in Tenet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess so.
All right.
That's funny.
What else we have? What other trailers came out? HBO Max dropped a plethora, a smorgasbord. Yeah. The Penguin.
Yeah, that's when they announced that, I was like, why?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people was, but being directly involved, my boy, brain farting on the name,
Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves. So yeah, I'm
It's gonna be mad weird when Colin Farrell gets a whole 8 to 12 episode show about his rise to power in the Gotham underworld, and then he's just not in the Batman Part 2.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
it hasn't been announced that he's not, but the rumors are that Clayface is the main antagonist.
Yeah,
which I wouldn't hate. In that realistic tone of a Gotham with a kind of a obscure, outlandish villain, that's fire. That's why I wanted Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, I'm curious what they are going to do if he is indeed the villain. But yeah, you brought up. I don't think we talked about this on the pod. The Penguin. How? It's these dumbass gatekeepers at the Oscars. How the Batman did not win for Best Makeup.
That's wild.
And we do this dance all the way around and around again.
Colin Farrell was Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder level unrecognizable.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, you could have lied to the audience and said, this is Michael Heisenberger, a new actor.
Yeah.
And nobody would have known.
Take it easy, sweetheart.
Come on. One or the other. Y'all should have, get off of y'all the gatekeeping ways. They had some balls and gave him an Oscar nomination for supporting actor.
Right.
Or gave them the makeup Oscar, which they deserved. Who won? I think The Whale won.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's just a regular fat suit. I mean, the method that they went about it was interesting.
That's what's wild about the Academy in the first place. If it's a dude like Christian Bale who literally dropped X amount of pounds for The Fighter and he wins his award, Brendan Fraser, same concept, is in a movie where it looks like he put on hundreds of pounds, but it's really, prosthetics and a fat suit and all that shit, and he still wins Best Actor.
Right.
It's like, bro, like, come on, one thing is not like the other.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just my little 2 cents on that. I don't get it.
What else did HBO Max or should I say what else did Max put out?
Max.
I mean, shit. I'm assuming both of our favorite podcasts, Smartless, got a little special coming out in about a month.
Yeah. That's
I've been listening to back episodes for like a year. So I love that shit. Like Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, Will Arnett, like their chemistry is crazy funny.
Uh-huh.
So,
and it doesn't hurt that, most of these guests, out of the 3,
are like one of their friends.
They know them to a degree. And yeah, it's just a great show, and I can't wait for that to see.
I can't wait.
But yeah, what else is there?
I don't know. It's like there's an It prequel show, Welcome to Derry, which I feel like is a horrible idea.
No, you don't like it?
No, it's like, bro, is it going to be in one of the, 27-year cycles? Is Bill Skarsgård going to be Pennywise? Are they going to recast Pennywise? Is it just going to be a group of people learning about the history of Derry? Yeah. Like, how boring is an It-centric show with no Pennywise in it?
Mm-hmm.
Did Stephen King sign off? Is he spitting ideas? Like, I just, It, the miniseries, anybody who knows me knows how much the miniseries haunted me as a kid. I saw it at 4 years old, way too young. And in retrospect, or in turn, I kind of, overhyped the 2 theatrical movies. I like them a little more than most everybody else. Like, I think it's a perfect reimagining, retelling, Andy Muschietti translation. It's as good as we could have imagined. Both parts. People love the shit on part 2.
Yeah, and I still want them to do the mega cut.
That'd be fire. Edit it up just like the book.
Right. Been rumors about that. I hope so. I don't know why they wouldn't. People will watch it.
That'd be fire. Because that's the one thing that probably bothers me about part 2 is when Henry Bowers attacks him at the hotel. It's way too early as far as the book.
Yeah,
and even the miniseries.
Yeah, that's weird. That's what's the word on Pennywise and recasting? I mean Skarsgård. He's
about to do this Nosferatu with buddy that did the Northman, Eggers.
Yeah, I was about to say, is he even gonna have time?
Exactly.
And if he does, would they pay him what he's worth just to be? Because he's a big deal coming off. John Wick 4. But yeah, that's
it's Mr. Nasty Time.
What the? Who's you in Martha Stewart's kitchen? What the?
Mr. Nasty Time. Bro, my man's is not at home.
No, I'm running around. So.
Boy, appreciate it.
I want to roast your donations real quick, but I don't know if you want to put your personal business out there. So just know. But we already started recording. We talking about movie trailers. Real quick, what you think about the trailer for the Marvels?
I liked it. I really liked the Marvel TV series on Disney Plus, and I wanted to know how it was going to tie in with Kamala Khan and all that. And the way it ended, if everybody's seen it, the way it ended, we got Brie Larson come back as Captain Marvel.
It's been 9 months.
So I didn't know how that was going to tie in, but from what I've seen, I'm interested now. I'm really interested in seeing it. It looks pretty good. Like I said, it's a teaser trailer and all that. From what I saw, it looks pretty good. And it's just funny. It's going to be it's going to be interesting how they, like I said, you went from a Disney Plus show, connecting it to a movie. That's my intrigue. Because if I'm correct, I'm not sure if I am, but I think this might be the first Disney show those characters are going into a movie, not vice versa.
That's what I was thinking too. It's kind of like WandaVision and Miss Marvel converge into the Marvels.
Yes. So, because with WandaVision, we already know what's going on with Wanda and all that, from the movies, and it went to WandaVision, then,
Technically, Wanda was the first character into Multiverse of Madness.
No, that's what I'm saying. but she went from a movie to a TV series back into a movie. So technically,
That's
yes.
facts.
But this is like a character that's being introduced through Disney, Disney Plus shows coming into now a movie. So it's going to be real interesting.
All right.
I'm intrigued.
Another grown ass man over 35 years old. What you think about the Barbie trailer?
I just think it looks like it's dumb fun.
Right.
It's like, just turn your brain off. Don't even just watch it.
Rocket, tell the truth.
Who's in it. That made me happy to see him in there.
Tell the truth,
So
Rocket. You want to be beached off too.
Yeah, I do.
For sure. All right, and then after that, we were starting to hit on like the HBO Max announcements, and we was talking about the It prequel show and the Penguin. What'd you see that they did that you were interested in?
Man, I can't wait for the Penguin. That's my number one top thing I want to see. Colin Farrell, I mean, like I said, the Batman, if nobody would have told you he's in the movie, you would have never known.
We literally
just said that.
Like, man.
Never known, and he was great, and I can't wait to what he's going to do with this character.
Gun to your head right now. Danny DeVito or Colin Farrell?
Oh, Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell. Danny DeVito did good for that time, but this is totally different. This is totally different.
Colin Farrell can't teach anybody his French flipper trick.
Yeah. The HBO Max thing, like I said, a lot of people smarter than me, but I think it's dumb. HBO is a brand that speaks for itself. You say HBO series, I'm in. I don't care what it is. If it looks decent, you're going to get the viewers to even just check it out. By calling it Max and trying to have that little circle in the A to let it know HBO was in there. I mean, did you see the tagline? It said Max, where you come to watch HBO.
HBO, yeah.
Just call it HBO.
I didn't see that.
Call it HBO.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, whatever dude's name is that bought Warner Brothers has this grand scheme, and thinking that you could still call it HBO Max and just put the Discovery Plus stuff on HBO Max and not change the name of the whole thing. Like, people's apps are going to change, and then they're just going to delete them because they don't know that. Why is it blue now? Where's HBO Max?
And if you want to get clever, and like I said, I'm no genius, call it Discover HBO. Simple, easy.
I was just about to say that shit. When HBO Max first came out, they didn't say anything, but I just assumed it was like, okay, it's an app for HBO and Cinemax together. HBO Max.
That's what I thought too.
You know what I'm saying?
What I thought too.
So yeah,
and it's like
HBO Discovery, Discover HBO. Yeah, that plays.
I mean, I understand they had, first you had HBO, everybody had the cable station. Then there's HBO Now, HBO Go, I understand all the confusion with that. Okay. So you decide to take the number one. It's like calling Air Jordans just Air. Air what? They already have Nike Air Maxes. It's like the name that sells itself. That's the part they took out, which made no sense.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we're not the only one thinking like this. Because
fuck no.
After the presentation, the stock for Warner Brothers, Discovery took a dive.
But yeah, we hit on the It show a little bit, the Smartless show a little bit. What y'all think? Like we were saying in the group chat, if you're gonna do Philosopher's Stone, you got to do Deathly Hallows. Like overall, I think a show for each book of a Harry Potter story is a bad idea. Because again, like we were saying, whoever gets cast as Harry, whoever gets cast as Hermione, as Ron, as Voldemort, as Snape, they're never going to live up to the theatrical movie performances. So they're going to get bashed, especially the way social media is these days.
Yeah.
But, like I said, if you do one, you got to do 7 or 8. 7 books. You got to do 7.
I agree. I mean, it could also work out like, for example, the movie with Jim Carrey. A series of unfortunate events. They try to do a ton of books in that one movie. When they went to Netflix and did the TV show, they basically took 2 books and did one season. So each season was 2 books, which worked out, I thought, a lot better.
That's not bad, but Harry Potter is like literally every year. So we gonna time jump in the middle of the season?
I'm not trying to say a series of unfortunate events is Harry Potter caliber.
Nah.
Obviously it's not. But that's the thing, and I think that's the issue, is the first movie is, what, 20... a little bit over 20 years now, because they did that 20-year reunion on that HBO series.
Sorcerer's Stone was 01.
Yep. You still got all the major characters, besides some who passed away, and it's, like Alan Rickman, rest in peace, that's a big part, but go ahead, Randy. Go ahead.
Something just hit me. The way that Wednesday brought back Christina Ricci, some of the background actor kids are going to get recast as like teachers and shit.
See, and that's the thing is, if that's the theme they go with it, cool. But then don't name him, Harry, just change the name. Just go with the future. Just Harry Potter has happened. Just call it, Hogwarts or something. Just call it something totally different and have them come back as teachers or parents or things like that. But everybody, even people that aren't big Harry Potter fans, they want the original 3 back.
Yeah,
which is why they just should have did a sequel.
Yeah,
series.
Radcliffe has come out so many times, like, nah, bro, like I'm not doing the Cursed Child.
If you offer Radcliffe $30 million for the movie,
money talks,
he's
baby.
Coming back.
Money talks, like Charlie Sheen. Yeah, that who is it? I'm blanking on the names. Who's the rival kid? Tom Felton, Malfoy, bro. Yeah. Whoever gets cast as the Malfoy kid, if he can't hit that Potter so fucking like devious, then don't cancel the whole project.
And the funny thing is Tom Felton, he's such a great actor because you hated that kid.
Yeah,
I wanted to beat the shit out of that kid.
I didn't like. I mean, he was a prick in Rise of the Planet of the Apes too, but I didn't like him scene 1 because of Harry Potter.
Exactly. And the funny thing is I mean, they say he's a great guy, a great person. He everybody loves him. He's beloved. And the funny thing about it is he even said, he'd be willing to come back for it. Like he's openly said that anything Harry Potter, if they want him back.
See, if he was like Lucius Malfoy, that'd be fire.
That's the thing. And that, from what I'm hearing, the rumors are Snape would be Adam Driver and Tom Felton.
That's fine. That's perfect casting.
The funny thing about it is you got 2 great actors, especially with Adam Driver. Why not just do a spin-off young Snape movie with Adam Driver? Do a spin-off. You probably make more money doing that. But Randy and Eric, like you guys were saying, with the young cast that gets, to do this TV series, it's going to be interesting because everybody's going to compare them to, Daniel Radcliffe or Emma Watson. And I feel that's unjust, unfair, but that's just, like you said, how social media is. That's how times are now.
Yeah.
I used to remember a movie would come out and then you had to wait almost a year later for it to get it on DVD. Now a movie comes out.
Avatar: The Way of Water, baby.
Yeah.
Damn, where was I gonna go?
No, but think about that.
Lost my train of thought twice.
Also, the factor is, you were talking about all these great ideas. I bet you, of course, they have in a boardroom meeting on what they wanted to do with the property. But depending on how you look at it, the fortunate or unfortunate thing is one person has to approve it. Yep. The idea to get launched. Of course.
She's already laid down her terms. It's a go because she had some kind of demands. Well, you have to do this and you can't do that.
Right.
Warner Brothers obviously okayed it. But before we hit this first break, I'm gonna drop this on y'all. Is this Warner Brothers' passive aggressive way announcing this show? Is this their passive aggressive way of canceling Fantastic Beasts?
Interesting.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 5 of those, right?
Yep. And you notice
3.
Yep, and you notice how they ended
3 bombed.
Open-ended, where you could use your imagination going on forward, and you could have ended it right there, and it would have worked out perfectly. Or they left it also to a part where if they did continue it, they would be able to do the other two.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was I hate to say like a perfect ending to the way they set it up, because if it ends there, you could use your mind saying they got together and they went to live their life, or the series can continue.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so when we gonna break, when we come back, we'll do Creed 3 spoilers and all, bitches. All right, I think we covered all the trailers, but I think no. I thought the Flash trailer was coming this week. There's a new Flash trailer coming in like 10 days. So I know it's mid-April, but we gonna jump back to early March. Creed 3. If you haven't seen Creed 3 in the last 6, 7, 8 weeks, first off, why? Second, come back when you've seen it. Because we going to spoil the fact that Damien, who grew up with Adonis, was best friends and they was boxing and shit. And Damien got out the pen and straight betrayed Adonis. Spoiler, motherfucker. Yeah, I got it like that. Like, I've talked to people about Creed, and like I've had one specific conversation where it was just like, I didn't like the plot twist. Man, what, bro? Like, I didn't like people. Like, I'm the dude who never sees the twist coming. So like, I was completely blindsided when Felicia Rashad busted out the picture, and the dude who broke Drago's hand, it was a setup the whole time. Like, I was like, bro, what? That's crazy.
Yeah. How many times have y'all seen it?
I've just seen it once.
All right, so saw it twice, and good filmmaking, and
first time filmmaking.
Michael B. Jordan as the director. The scene at the party, before Drago gets his hand broken. There's a background shot. Something's happening in the foreground, but you can see Diamond D talking to old boy before he picks the fight with Drago.
Word.
And even though, it's real subtle. Somebody told me about it, so I know to look for it the second time. But it's good filmmaking. It doesn't just happen, even though she shows the picture to show the connection.
Man, but, my wife has it like on the DVR, like ready to watch, because you can watch it at home now.
Yeah,
and
you can rent it.
So man, when she pushes play, I might have to sneak in.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
And another thing,
that's fire.
I gotta talk about. I gotta ask y'all how y'all saw it, because going to the filmmaking thing, I saw it in IMAX.
We literally just set off wax. I'm in an 8 theater poverty cinema.
I'm not trying to.
You know how I saw it. Basic as fuck.
I really hope that like the mission and the latest Top Gun Maverick, the Dark Knight, that they put the IMAX footage on the Blu-ray or the 4K, because it looked great. All the fight scenes are in IMAX format, and especially that last fight when they do what they do. I think it's a good movie. I think I sense a lot of deleted scenes. The third act is a bit rushed, but not to the fact that where it ruins the movie. Nowhere near it. But you can tell it just boom. It's real rapid. But yes, I still like it, and
so like
Jonathan Majors.
But
he's
let's hold on. Let's set it up first though. Adonis Creed, world champ. Mm-hmm. It starts where he's in a match with the dude from the final match of the original movie.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's on the ropes about to get dropped, and he like finds like the eye of the tiger, and then gets that win. Yeah. And it looks like he's finna go out on top. Set up his own like promotion company and shit like that, and he's got like young what's the name? Wood Harris, like running the gym and all that shit, training the up and comers. And then like we get that scene from the trailer mixed in with some flashbacks, setting up the Damien Adonis relationship, like they was boys. Like Damien was that dude, like up and coming, Golden Gloves, whatever, like under the table fights, and Adonis kind of looked up to him. And then not a diss, but it's kind of like some shit we've seen a million times over. One of them catches a case. The one that wasn't really doing it is the one that becomes the man. And then it might seem a little outlandish. Damien gets out the pen. I want a title shot. What's up? Adonis tells him, like, bro, like, that's just not how boxing works. You're not rolling out of bed into a prize fight. And then how we already talked about, the dude who was supposed to get that fight got hurt. Motherfucker got set up.
Yeah.
And then Damien gets his shot. Come to find out, Michael B. Jordan, Adonis Creed was betrayed from the jump. It was all an angle the whole time. And that sets up the final fight at Dodger Stadium. And I've seen this shit too. Like, man, putting like a big ass boxing match in a baseball stadium is cold blooded. But yeah, like Michael B. Jordan directing for the first time was dope. J. Cole, Dreamville on the soundtrack was dope. And yeah, like it's still in my top 3 favorite movies of the year.
Yeah. And just speaking to there's rumors coming out that Marvel is gonna recast Jonathan Majors.
No, the fuck they not.
Nah, they like I said rumors. I don't believe it, but
the fuck.
And you got to speak to the man's watching it for the second time, acting abilities. It's 2 scenes that stick out to me with Jonathan Majors. It's funny. So after he beats the other fighter for the belts, and they're having like to get together at the beach or whatever, and Jonathan Majors, he does something.
I want it
that
all.
I think you just can't write in the script. Like when his boy, he's like, "What you doing? You rolling up?" And he pull out the gun, right? And Jonathan Majors walk over there. I just happen to have the solo cup, and he's like holding the cup. You like, what you doing? He's like, give me that. You know the part I'm talking about. You know they didn't. You know he did that on his own. That's acting stuff. You're like, let me get that. But no, and the final fight when he doing his dance and he in the ring. Somebody brought something up to my attention. You can see he improvised that move when he like jumped at Michael B. Jordan, because you can see he didn't see that cover, and the camera almost missed him too because it's like going in a circle. But yeah, it's good performances all around, and it's a Rocky movie, a Rocky franchise movie. You gotta throw some sad shit in there.
Oh, for sure, yeah. That shit hurt me to my core.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, man, that's where y'all going, huh?
Not Mama Cosby.
Yeah, and spoilers. We announced that she had a stroke and she started talking about Apollo. Like, why did you leave? I'm like, damn, y'all really
that was rough. That was rough.
Punching people in the heart.
That was rough.
Yeah.
See, my whole thing about Creed is love the movie, great directorial debut for Michael B. Jordan. I thought it was fantastic. The elephant in the room is the Sylvester Stallone thing.
That's a Fat Joe album.
You got people saying, after people saying they should have found something in it for him. After people saying they got to move on from that. Rocky, his story is done.
Yeah.
Creed's journey now, which I agree, but there is no Creed without Rocky.
Facts.
And you're going to tell me, remember, throughout the whole Rocky franchise, Apollo gives Rocky the shot in Rocky 1, a no-name.
Mm-hmm.
Do a rematch in Rocky 2. If it wasn't for Apollo...
Come on, Stallion.
You don't beat Clubber Lang in Rocky 3. He's got him going, trained him, and all that. Apollo, spoiler, dies in Rocky 4 in an exhibition fight against Drago.
Yeah.
Those guys were tight.
That shit is almost 40 years old. Spoiler my ass.
Yeah. Those guys are tight. So when Felicia Rashad playing, Apollo's, widowed wife, Adonis's mom, when she passed away, you can't tell me you couldn't give Sylvester Stallone a 5-minute scene where he's on the phone
At the funeral, or
or at the funeral, or some, or even a phone. Give me a phone call. Give me a phone call, because that's what threw me off in the movie. Is like, he's known Apollo.
Is
Apollo
that
and him became really good friends.
Is that
really
the one time they mentioned Rocky?
Well, yeah. Now they mentioned him just once when they were like, like your father gave Rocky a shot, let's give him a shot. Then
that was
okay.
Yeah. But that's what took me out of the movie a little bit. That little part in the movie was, I understand you want to move on, but come on, give me a 2-minute phone call.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, if you need something, you know where I'm at. Because I know he went with his family, with his son and all that.
Yeah.
Just a 2-minute phone call, you got to give Sly that. By him not being there, that kind of threw me off. Is like, him and Apollo were tight, so he knows his wife. He helps Adonis, who he didn't even know.
Her name was Mary Ann.
Yeah.
So it was like, we keep calling.
For all we know, MGM offered that. Cause like occasionally Stallone will get on social media wilding, talking about he want his rights back, this and this, and he's perfectly entitled to. Like, it's his creation, his idea.
Basically he and Irwin Winkler that are beefing.
Yeah. So
and he said he won't even watch the movie because of Irwin Winkler.
Yeah, that sucks.
And I think it's just that. I don't think it's nothing personal against Michael B. Jordan.
No, I don't think they have any beef.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, he's literally doing what Stallone did, directing his own sequels. Like, that's fire.
Right.
Yeah.
But for all we know, MGM or Michael B. Jordan was like Sly, like, what's up? Like, 2-minute cameo in this emotional moment. And Stallone was probably too egotistical. Nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, I want to
At the end of the day, I mean, he even admits that he turned it down.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. People are like, oh, why didn't they have him in it? He turned it down.
Yeah.
That's a fact. And he says that. But it sucks when you feud like that. But I feel Stallone on that, without... He created the character. The only thing Winkler did was, the only thing, it's an important thing. He produced the movie and...
He funded it too,
Yeah, and funded it. But you got to give Stallone more than what he has. And, and Winkler also handed it over to his children. And this is what Stallone is talking about legacy.
Yeah.
Here you go. They didn't earn shit. Y'all just happen to be my children.
Yep.
And it's jacked up. But
whether I don't know who was writing, if Michael B. Jordan wrote it, if he co-wrote it, I would at least, like, Sly, like, what you think about this? What should we do here?
Yeah.
Have him get some kind of input.
I think he does get an executive producer credit for.
I think he got
creating the character.
A hard producer credit. Produced by.
He did, but like the what we got, there's nowhere for Rocky to fit.
No, and I agree. That's
same as Scream 6. Mm-hmm. As much as everybody wants Sydney in Scream 6, narratively, there's no room for her. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what they gave us, they had another script.
Both movies were very good. And there's definitely alternate scripts out there that have both primary protagonists in them motherfuckers.
Yeah, because it's just like, what's the name? Universal commissioned 2 scripts for Too Fast, Too Furious. And it's the only movie without Vin Diesel. And,
the only Fast.
But does it have family?
You're stupid. But that's...
R.I.P. John Singleton. Too Fast, Too Furious is the second worst Fast movie.
Really? It's Too Fast?
It's better than 9.
Yeah, it's better than that. I think it's better than... I don't know. I think it's just so...
We not hating on 4. We not hating on 4.
No, Fast.
The funny thing about it is, I own 9, and I still have yet to watch it because I heard how bad it is.
Yeah.
Like, I own it.
Bless your heart.
I'll watch before 10 comes out, but it's like, I'm just dreading. I got better stuff to watch before 9.
That's funny.
The road you have all been down is very tough.
No, but that's we did a hard turn over Fast and Furious. But back to Creed. What is it? It's like from 2015. And
Yeah.
15, 19,
8 years.
23.
18, sir.
Yeah.
15, 18. Come
yeah,
correct.
18. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Come correct.
18. Well, yeah, that's not. I don't know. Y'all think they should finish or at 3?
No. I mean,
No.
like, I wouldn't, like, if it's like trilogies, I'm annoyed with trilogies at this point. Have the balls to do more as long as they good. Shout out John Wick. But it's like, it's buzz and it's talk among, like, just whoever talking. I don't want Creed 4 to be his daughter coming up.
No.
Nah, they're not gonna do that. That's just a little nod to.
She's getting a show though.
Yeah, really?
She's getting a show on Prime.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that'll work. I mean, but not a major movie. You know,
Nah.
It's not trying to sound a certain way, but that's just how.
Creed 4 gotta be.
And fighting Rocky.
That's crazy, but man, if it were 20 years ago, that could probably work.
You want to have Sylvester Stallone beat up on Little Man from The Wire with the cornrows?
I mean, if he were 20 years younger, not literally.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
It's the
But I mean,
77.
that's Rocky and Rocky 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got to write and create a new antagonist.
But
that's
it's
the thing.
quite. No, go ahead.
It's crazy because, like, it said, 15 years later. You know what I mean? Like, that final fight, like, the opening scene says, like basically he had his whole career right there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where do you fit another antagonist? I know how they did it, like, with Balboa and all that stuff, but it's just...
I don't know.
I
don't know.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Mix in some like UFC or something, like spice it up. Something like how they be doing in the real world. I don't know.
I don't know.
See, this is where we need Jake, man. Jake's the boxing fan.
Yeah, he is.
The funny thing is this, look, in real life, look at George Foreman. And I mean, I know they're doing a movie about him and all that, but in real
Big
life...
George Foreman.
Look at him. He was in his 40s when he came back.
Yeah,
so,
man.
I mean,
won.
And won.
Yeah.
Michael Moore. And
yeah,
won.
I remember that. I remember watching that
fight. But I mean, so it can be done. It can be done. Get him out of retirement. But 15 years, it's... What is he in, late 30? You know what I mean? But
they just put the belt back on him, though.
If there's a will, there's a way. There's always a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll come up with a story.
A triple threat boxing match.
What?
You throwing jabs and taking it in the ribs and shit.
Because you can't tell me having Jonathan Majors in that movie, A, maybe there was a rematch, or B, maybe they do a spin-off. I mean, with this world, you could do so many different things.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but as it stands, yes, good trilogy of movies.
It is.
So,
yeah, but I guess another 3 to 4 years for the next movie when they decide what they're gonna do with it. I will go have a talk. But yeah, but Creed 2, I don't know if they sensed something. Stallone's, the scene where he's sitting outside of the ring and, put the hat on and let him celebrate. Like that was a good way for him to end. Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. You hate to see that in real life when people feuding over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because kind of related as far as producer, director, and it's a happy ending. So Wes Craven created Freddy Krueger, A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
And they went and made part 2 without him. And then they tried to bring him back for part 3. And Wes Craven wrote a script that was outlandish, and they pretty much fell out. So it's Bob Shea.
Trying to sabotage that shit on purpose.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. So basically, Wes Craven he relinquished his rights and all that, and yeah, down the line, and Bob Shea spoke about this. Down the line, and this is big for him. He admitted he did some stuff that he could have done better, and him and Wes Craven talked, and he gave him retroactive money and the rights back and all that. And
that's what's up.
And they made New Nightmare, which is it was too late at that point because Freddy just flew a blown comedian. It was hard to take serious for that.
Yeah.
But that was a great damn movie, New Nightmare.
So did
very underrated. Very underrated.
Wes okay the remake?
What's that?
Did Wes Craven okay the remake?
No, so with the 2010, I'm glad you brought that up because I want to ask you something else about that. No, Warner Brothers snatched New Line Cinema away from Bob Shea.
Ah.
And that's because New Line Cinema was independent basically up until 2009. And they bought Bob Shea out. So they didn't need anybody's permission.
I didn't know that, but I knew that Warner Brothers
they still get a paycheck.
Because fucking Shazam and It all have New Line credit.
Yeah. So yeah, New Line is a subsidiary of Warner Brothers and.
Damn. So, wait. So New Line independently made Lord of the Rings, or was that like with MGM?
So they went to the Weinsteins first.
Trash.
And they only were going to greenlight 2 movies. So they technically started making the Lord of the Rings with the Weinsteins first. And Peter Jackson went and made another deal and with New Line.
Genius.
And they brought it there. So basically that's what that thing was. They still have to give them credit because they greenlit it here and brought it. Man. So technically, yeah, it was independent at that point.
I always thought that like Warner Brothers was always mixed in with New Line. And I thought that while Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings was made at the same time, that they was like competing and shit, but they was still from the same studios. I learned something new today.
Yep, same. I didn't know that either. I did not know that. That's the thing though too is like
Time Warner, the confusion. Yeah. I'm sorry. Right. So
Ted Turner,
the Time Warner company. I think New Line was distributing. Time Warner was distributing New Line movies, but New Line as a studio was still independent. So that's what that was.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't straight own New Line. They was just they had a distributing deal.
That makes sense. Do they own New Line now though? They do.
Now that they own them, yeah, they bought them out.
And that's the thing though. There's a lot of little TV studios like Touchstone is owned by Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but who knew that back then? That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of these.
Yeah, Hollywood Pictures, Touchstone, all those companies, and
Disney's always made R-rated movies.
Yeah, because you don't want to have the Walt Disney house, and then you watching The Rock.
I was about to say, Disney made The Rock.
Yeah,
and Con Air.
But yeah, that's what that is. Just good old fashioned business. But I'm saying that just to say I hope they can make amends because it's just at the end of the day, Stallone and Winkler that is. But like you say, Stallone, he seemed very stubborn, but rightfully so in this case. Nah,
bro, I saw Paramount Plus about the Stallone show version of the Kardashians, bro. He damn near down bad.
He said but the what's the name show that was good, the Tulsa King.
Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna buy that physical.
Yeah, I say do it. That's a good damn show.
I'll check that out.
Is it a limited series or are they doing a season 2?
No, it's not limited. I think they were just testing it out, and they left it open ended definitely for season 2.
So, we talking Rocky franchise or we capping it off?
Oh, that's a whole other episode. We've been on here for 3 more hours.
Well, shit.
But yeah.
Next episode, we can either talk Scream and maybe some Oscars, or I'll make something up and we can just write a movie on a podcast.
We should talk about John Wick. That's what we should talk about.
We never talked about John Wick. What we talked about last episode was the second quarter. So all right, everybody listening and watching. Next episode, I'm mapping it out right now. So y'all two motherfuckers don't ask me what we talking about. We got the Flash trailer. Hour 1 we'll do Scream. Hour 2 we'll do John Wick. Cool?
Sound good.
Cool.
Sound good.
So I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna put a bow on this episode. I say bow and it sounds like real sweet and shit, but like I'm gonna spit some fire. Yo, newsflash. Y'all whack, paying for validation, all of that. The ones who earn these digital checks is the ones that's falling back. It's ass backwards, but I'm just a cinephile and a rap nerd. In the real world, you still not shit. What you really after? Desperate for the clout, so you pay for the check. Mark, that gained the check but lost the respect. Clout chasing, yet you still out of shape though. The socials broke it down monthly, and you still took the bait, ho. The want to be verified, certified, just reeks of desperation. Like, see, I have a blue check mark. As if you about to start levitating. Followers probably bots too, but you see a number and you count them. That's literally as fucking lame as rappers buying their own album. Whoever fucking paid for a blue check, I don't want to be around them. Shit is fake as fuck, and every chance I get, believe I'm gonna clown them. And chill until the next episode.